Floyd Mayweather Jr. sends a message to Terence Crawford, a piece of advice about how to get done what you're trying to get done, and something to me that makes a whole lot of sense. Let's talk about that in this video. Terence Bud Crawford, #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, finds himself in a precarious position in that he doesn't have a fight. The WBO, WBA, and WBC welterweight champion was supposed to rematch Errol Spence, and from all appearances, that rematch is not going to take place. Terence said that he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. That, from all appearances, is going to be very difficult to make. He also said that he wanted to fight Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is fighting Keith Thurman. And once again, not a big fight, really. But Floyd Mayweather Jr. has a way, suggests a way to get what he really wants, which is a Canelo Alvarez fight or another big fight. Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really, really makes a big difference to the channel. And thank you to everybody that supports, and the super thanks. Thank you, Matty Yole. Thank you, Barbara D. Thank you, Paul Carrick and Mr. Pragmatic. But let's get into this, because Floyd Mayweather Jr. says, Terence, if you want the Canelo fight, you got one or two things you can do. You can fight David Benavidez at 168 pounds, because David Benavidez is also trying to fight Canelo Alvarez. So if you guys fight one another, which would be an absolutely huge fight, a huge accomplishment for Terence Crawford if he's able to beat David Benavidez, and something that would absolutely positively put the winner of that, if it's Terence Crawford, in position to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. People would absolutely be demanding it. And Terence Crawford would be, without a doubt, man, one of the best fighters of the century, if that's in doubt already. I don't think it really is. I think the man is an exceptional fighter. But Floyd Mayweather makes that suggestion. And he also says, though, but if you're not willing to do that, fight this guy, Jaron Ennis, the 147-pound IBF champion out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who is one of the most skilled and exciting young fighters in the sport, which will also garner a lot of attention and a lot of recognition if you're able to beat him. Now, obviously, I know what the downside of this is going to be, or what people that claim to be Terence Crawford fans are going to say. They're going to say Floyd's just hating. Floyd is just trying to get Terence Crawford beaten. I don't think so. I think what he's saying is that if you want Canelo, put yourself in a position to fight Canelo. I did the same video before, saying the same thing. Look, if you want to fight Canelo, and everybody is really pressuring Canelo to fight David Benavidez, then fight David Benavidez. And that will get David Benavidez out of the way, and the whole world will be clamoring for Canelo Alvarez to fight Terence Crawford. And I don't think Terence Crawford would be able to, I don't think Canelo Alvarez would be able to get out of that fight, especially because of the pressure that will come from his Mexican fans for acting as if he doesn't want to fight Terence Crawford after Terence Crawford beats David Benavidez. Now, will Terence Crawford beat David Benavidez? Man, I don't think so. Just to be honest with you, I don't think so. I would favor David Benavidez in that, but the only reason that I would favor David Benavidez in that is size. Size, length, his aggression, and just, man, that would be a really, really tough fight. However, at the same time, there is history between the families. That is that Jose Benavidez fought Terence Crawford And when Terence Crawford's at 147 during one of his initial title defenses, and he knocked out Jose Benavidez. So running it back with the little brother at a higher weight class, I would be very, very excited for that fight. And man, I don't think that that'd be very, very tough though, because there's a big difference between David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez. Now, as far as Jaron Ennis, that's the most obvious choice. And I made video after video about it. That's the most obvious choice for Terence Crawford to fight, not Tim Tszyu, because Tim Tszyu is not as highly rated and he's not as highly renowned as Jaron Ennis is. And even fighting him for the WBO title, if Tim Tszyu beats Keith Thurman, looks like a cop-out compared to fighting Jaron Ennis. I don't think anybody would favor Keith Thurman over Jaron Ennis either. Jaron Ennis is the guy that is at that weight division that people want to see him fight. And if he's going to stay there, or if he doesn't drop his belts, that's what he should do. Now, what do I think Terence Crawford will do? I don't know, but I'm telling you, man, I think people will be pleasantly surprised about his ability to take a challenge, or his willingness to take a challenge, either against Jaron Ennis or against David Benavidez. I think people will be surprised because, the thing with Terence Crawford is you can't really map what comes out of his mouth to what he does. And I don't mean that in the sense that, he's a dishonest person or he's a hypocrite or anything like that. When I say that about other people's, a lot of times that's what I mean. I'm just saying that he just kind of has a quirky way, and he's kind of standoffish, sarcastic manner about himself where, he doesn't like to, if you ask him a question, he won't want to give you the right answer, or he may change his mind. I don't know what it is, but I just know over the time paying attention to him, he'll say some things that'll make you think he wouldn't do something, like he wouldn't fight Sean Porter or he wouldn't fight Errol Spence. But at the end of the day, he winds up doing it. So that may be the case with a Jaron Ennis. That very well may be the case with the David Benavidez. But short of that, I don't really see what else there is. And if people who are out here playing, Bud Crawford's manager on YouTube manager, and I don't have a problem doing that. I'm playing YouTube manager right now myself. The ones that are also doing it out there are that are going to tell me, hey, well, he's done enough in his career. He doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do that. He needs the big paydays and to go off into sunset after 3 or 4 more fights. Well, those are the big paydays. Those are the big paydays. The Jaron Ennis fight is a big payday. The David Benavidez is a big payday. The Canelo Alvarez is a big payday. But you're not going to get to that big Canelo Alvarez payday without getting through somebody like David Benavidez at 168, because I guarantee you Canelo Alvarez is going to position it like that. Like, yeah, go fight him. You fight him, I'll fight the winner, you guys. Because that's what he said before about the 168 pounders. And that led to Caleb Plant. I guess Caleb Plant did already fight Canelo. However, that's David Benavidez' attempt to, like how David Benavidez fought Demetrius Andre, right? Got him out of the way. But anyway, we'll see what happens. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.